They're lining up for the Hollywood 2025 election movie. The Wayans brothers play Kamala Harris. Marlon Wayans as Kamala Harris. That'll be fucking great. And Marlon Wayans as Kamala Harris and Sean Wayans as her husband.
Oh my God.
This is the first time I've ever seen a president that's been convicted of a felony run for president. And then on top of that, it is the first time that if he does not become president, his future is undetermined.
Take two, man. This is Real Nigga Podcast. It's
Man,
Lee.
get a job.
Good evening, world.
Keep
It's
ass
Lee
camera.
Johnson. Once again with
Get out
Real
that
Man,
man
Real
bedroom.
Stories Podcast. My name's
Boy,
Lee
you
Johnson.
ain't
This is Real Men,
Where
Real
the
Stories
music
by
at?
Lee Johnson. How you doing
Boy,
out
you
there?
sweaty
My
as
name is
hell.
Lee Johnson.
What you
Here
think
again
you the
from Real
polo
Man, Real
player?
Stories Podcast.
That
Men,
shit's still blurry.
Real
What
Stories.
the hell is
I'm gonna
that?
call this episode 7. Welcome to the Real
Sandy
Man, Real
Sam.
Story Podcast, man. I'm Lee
We
Johnson, man.
outside. We outside. Real Men, Real Stories Podcast. Damn, there still ain't no music.
How you doing, world? It's Lee Johnson, Real Man, Real Stories here, checking in with you with another episode right here of exciting content, wonderful conversation, and definitely we're entering the world of enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with my partner, man, my homeboy, hostess with the mostest, Professor. Why don't you go and introduce your name?
Good evening, everybody. This is Professor, the guy with the life skills and life lessons. Welcome joining us tonight.
Oh man. And we all need some life skills going on in the world today, man. I want to open it up with the mantra, man, because I'm so Atlanta, man. We are here in Atlanta, man. I am so Atlanta, like skipping school in my homeboy's Regal and going to another high school, running from the security guards at that school. You know what I'm saying? I'm so Atlanta that I got my first tattoo in Vine City in my homeboy's basement, dog. I am so Atlanta. It didn't get affected. I'm telling y'all that straight up, dog, man. I'm so Atlanta, man. I just bought a steak from my partner, man, and he brought it to my front porch. That's how Atlanta we are today, man. We buying meat from junkies and we doing all kind of stuff here, man. And we also going to give you some great content and some great information, man. So back on a serious note, what we got going on today is I want to do a twist of the elections. I want to do a twist, man. I want to, instead of us talking about basically the platforms of these two candidates, whether they lying or whether they not lying, whether who Larry wants to be president or my man Mr. Green back there or the beautiful Miss Nova, I think we're just gonna go to a whole nother realm of it. What I want to discuss today is I want to talk about what if Trump doesn't get elected as president and what's going to happen to him with all the different felony charges that he got going on around the country. He got a lot of indictments for different states, to federal, to state. He has been granted immunity from the Supreme Court until the presidency. So have you ever met? This is the first time I've ever seen a president that been convicted of a felony run for president. And then on top of that, it is the first time that if he does not become president, his future is undetermined. That's some real hood shit. I don't care what he now. Trump is not like any lower class person or nothing like that. And I'm not gonna say lower class. He's not like black people or people impoverished or anybody that has a record. He's not like that. But he is definitely having those feelings at night of, man, if I ain't president, am I gonna go to jail? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's not. I mean, what do you think?
Do you think that's why he's going through the length that he's going through to try to become president? Because he's afraid if he don't become president or what he might face with those indictments?
Definitely. I think he's not sleeping good at night.
Hmm.
Definitely. And then if that shooting was for real,
It wasn't.
I don't think so neither.
So why would y'all think it wasn't real?
Come on, let's see that.
I know
Timing.
because his whole ear is still there.
timing. And yes, we talked about that. Timing. It's just the timing and die packs and things like that. I'm not sure, but to me, timing. I think his situation is all about time, and so definitely I don't see what. Go ahead.
Well, my question is, if he's already a convicted felon, how is he able to run for president anyway? Because I thought felons couldn't even vote
It's not
anyway.
illegal for a president to be a convicted felon and run for president.
But you can't vote if you're a convicted felon.
It depends. You can't vote if you're a federal law. You can't vote if you're a convicted felon if you're still on parole or probation. But if you're off parole and probation,
Oh,
you can vote. But
oh,
most
okay.
felons are probably on parole and probation. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, he got 34 counts of some of the most bullshit ass fucking felonies I've ever seen. What was that? Something about writing checks to a guy named Cohan, entry into detailed general ledger for Donald Trump, revocable trust bearing voucher, and this, I guess the voucher's the check number. Just writing all those checks, and it wasn't bad or bounce checks. It was just hush money from what they said from doing things that he wasn't supposed to be doing. So I'm
Hmm.
not sure if that was.
A long list and running again, they potentially win, and they're just gonna overlook all of these counts.
So what do you think about that? Like, how do you feel about that? All right, do you have any felonies? I'm being nosy. So as a non-felon person, I guess that's the good question I want to ask. How do you feel about felons in general?
In general, depending on what you did to get
Yes.
there,
Yes.
there's a scale. There's good
Yeah.
people and then there's bad people. There's common sense and then it's not that common. So
Yeah.
there are people, some of them made really bad decisions. That doesn't mean that they can't make this decision. You know what I'm trying to say? They're still in America.
And
They
it's
still
yeah.
have to live by the system. So why can't they choose who's gonna?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, why should they have no say so? It's still their life. They're still here.
Well, I could take it another route from that also. Another reason why I feel that they created that felons, like I said, if they're on parole or probation,
Mhm.
can't vote, and they just changed it to that. I'm guessing because I
Yeah, they just
okay,
it's not that old.
okay. So before that, when felons couldn't vote at all, I think they purposely did that
Mhm.
because look at what color they was majority locking up. They don't want us to vote.
So it's like
They-
a voter suppression.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
But
You got to understand what a felon is considered. I was watching an interview of a lawyer, and the lawyer was describing how unjust the United States laws are, especially specifically the felons. Because a felon, you're a second-rate citizen in the eyes of the law, like really in the eyes, because there's a lot of things that yeah, there's a lot of things you can't do, and as far as like foreign like travel, like you're restricted a lot with travel. So I counted 34 countries that doesn't allow convicted felons within their countries. So you know what I'm saying? And all those are G7 countries. All those are the big hot spots that everybody wants to go. Japan, Dominican Republic. Now some of them is automatic. Some of them is automatic that you can't come in, and some of them it if they find out. So I guess like let's say you get pulled over, you get locked up at a bar fight in Dominican Republic, it's a wrap. Your ass is you might be getting fucked up because now you in that country illegally as a felon. I guess they might call it illegal. I'm not saying.
There's the thing. What was you saying earlier, Larry? You said that they could get you over there and then do like a vacationer's prison. Sort of, so they
yeah,
won't let you leave. They
yeah,
won't let you have access to
yeah, thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that is a major thing. A felon is a serious crime in the United States that is punishable by more than 1 year in prison or death penalty. Felonies can be crimes against people or property. You know what I'm saying? So
against people or
Up property.
property. So now we know that. And now his 34 counts are pretty much around the frame of tax fraud.
Checks,
Check
tax fraud,
Tax fraud. Yeah.
more on the tax side of everything.
So
Yeah,
money, people, a lot of people do look at money as property.
Mm-hmm.
definitely,
So does that fall under that, or are they going to sweep that under the rug? That's a huge question.
definitely. Is that a presidential act? Was he doing a presidential act when he was writing them checks for buying sex?
Like that was so important.
But I mean, he got some immunity for everything right now at this moment until after the election. That's why it's the most important. What what do you think is going to happen to him if he is not president? All right, he has he has four different states that has indictments. Two states are federal. I think the federal states is DC and Florida. And both of those are like voter tampering type charges. You
So
understand?
he been tampering everywhere.
Yeah.
He's a tamperer.
He is a tamperer. You know what I'm saying? Like your boy Flugazy, man. All right. So June 8th, 2023, Trump and his aide Waltine Nata were indicted with charges relating to alleged mishandling of classified documents at Trump's residence. So basically, he just had shit at his house that he wasn't supposed to have at his house. Probably had something to do. I don't know. They're not specifying the classification of the documents.
Because it's classified, so they ain't gonna classify.
So that's what this fucking dude is doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like this man takes like Trump seems like he'll go to Area 51 and see an alien dog and say, "Let's take that home and make it my pet." That lame shit like that. He looks like the type of person because if you got sensitive documents just chilling at the crib and you just probably drinking a yak with your homeboy and shit like that, and you try and I don't know, he probably had the documents for a reason, but flew fucking Casey. You understand what I'm saying? So the shit with Georgia is the funniest to me out of all of them, man. The shit in Georgia is all of it is basically like voter tampering and shit. This man called the state secretary on the phone.
On a recorded line. On a recorded line, yes. On a recorded line.
Hey man.
So him to find some numbers. Yeah.
Check it back. He's like,
Yeah, I need to find me about it. Yeah.
I really was playing the audio when it was happening.
That man's wild, man.
Hey,
Hey
need to
man.
find me about it. Actually, he's beyond white privilege. He's the 1% of privilege.
He's not considered 1%, but he is a businessman. He is. You know what I'm saying? From me.
He called the man specifically on doing things trying to overturn the election. He called the Secretary of State, what is his name? Brad
Ratzenberger.
His name.
Yep.
So what do you think he called and tell him, Larry? What do you think he called?
Oh, I mean, in the recording, he's told him he needs to find him 11,000 some odd votes. You know, here in Georgia. But
he said they were there.
Yeah, he said they was here. But what's funny, he had an exact number when he needed the votes. But he just make up numbers when he talking about the deficit or you know, or how much money he's gonna put in the economy. You know, it's just millions and millions and trillions and trillions. But he said an exact number on the amount of votes that need to be found in Georgia.
So that listen, man, listen. So do you think it's legal that is it legal that he knows exactly how many votes? Should that be a legal thing that the candidate knows? That's like poker.
How many
like,
votes? Yeah,
like poker.
that's like showing a hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, yes.
yeah. That like I'm not gonna you fold. I ain't gonna show you my hand. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time, for like some award shows, people who do win, they do let them know that they win. And then they get like 2 minutes of speech time, and then they're up there. No one cuts them. No camera person is like, "Hey, there's no music cutting off their speech," so they already know that they're gonna win.
Okay.
So there's that, and that's a big deal because it's essentially a contest, just like voting is a contest. You pick the best person
Yeah.
that you think is going to be the best to run the whole country. If this person knows how many already, like, they can change their entire game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can really fuck us up. Oh, I got this many people. Oh, look what I can do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really sells. You don't know what he's going to do with that information.
No, you don't know what he's
Exactly.
gonna do with that information. That to me, that is insane about that information. And everybody, if you want to continue to get this information from this hot podcast, hit like, subscribe, and share this content. Check my platform out. Shit, if you want to donate, my Cash App is money sign Lee Johnson 657. Check us out, man. But back to the information that we're giving these people, man. What so what do you think is going to happen to Trump? All right, let's start with the first state. New York, he's already been convicted. It's bullshit as felonies. All right, let's travel down to Georgia, the favorite state. Do you think he's going to get convicted of it's of the charge that he's been
Honestly, out of all of the states you mentioned, I think Georgia would be the state that he would get convicted in, especially since it's in Atlanta where the trial is being held at, because he's trying too hard to get Fonnie Willis off the case. Like he's going into her bedroom and everything. Like what the hell her bedroom got to do with right.
It worked.
Yeah.
That shit worked.
Yes.
So I guess.
Yeah.
But the
Yes.
conflict.
But how is it a conflict of interest and they on the same team together against him? It would have been a conflict of interest if it was one of his attorneys. It's too stupid with. Yeah. Yeah. And yep, and he be deflecting the hell out of shit too. He's the
Connie or Fannie Willis, man. Fannie Willis, I'm gonna put some of the blame on hers because she didn't have all her ducks in a row before she tried to two Rico cases at the same time with two multi-millionaire, billionaire guys at the same time. She exhausted her resources. And by her Rico and Trump, by her actually doing the Rico, she felt like it gave her a one up, but it gives her a one down because she's exhausting the state's resources on. And then now the court was like, yo, everybody freeze up. You know what I'm saying? Until after the elections. So all those lawyers that was making money on them cases, what are they doing now? You know what I'm saying? So when the election is over, so now they gotta plan cases around. It's crazy. It's a hot mess in Fulton County, man. It's definitely a hot mess in Fulton County what Fannie Willis got going on. So do you think the issues with her personal life is gonna have a problem with this Trump conviction, getting a Trump conviction?
It shouldn't have it shouldn't have a effect on it because, like I said, the bedroom don't have nothing to do with breaking laws. He broke laws. All she did was just get a little dick. Ain't no law ain't no law against that. Yeah.
But they trying to say the law that she's broken into is basically that she was just basically cutting checks for her cronies. She was giving people jobs that they didn't need the job.
That's what you're
And,
saying.
and but no, she had people doing dumb shit though. She had people billing like 100 hours in a week for something that doesn't take no more than about 10 hours on a normal. And that's what they was bringing up. And it was the same guy that she was
So you
fucking.
telling me you ain't never looked out for Larry?
I mean,
trying to tell
I
me?
mean, but the thing, I never looked out for Larry with the government's money or the government because that's she, you know what I'm saying? Because that wasn't her money that was paying him. That was the taxpayers' dollars that was paying him for billing those hours because he billed the state. He billed Fulton County.
Well, what's the reason? Why? What was her reasoning behind doing that? Like, do we know?
Well, I mean, it's just like lawyers looking out for lawyers to make money. Like, you know what I'm saying? She was hiring him for some positions that I don't know if he was really qualified for.
It was based on the fact that they was together.
Okay, so it's based off of it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit that white folks get away with, other people.
Yeah, I was about to say, hasn't he done this?
It happens.
Yes.
I mean, it's Fulton County too, so you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? And then but there's an ace in his pocket with Fanny that I don't understand with with what is his name? Is it Pee Wee or why was it YF and them dudes,
Oh, the
they
one
manager.
trial.
Oh, the YSJ. Oh,
Nah, the guy
Young
that,
Thug and them.
yeah,
oh.
what's his name? The manager for YFN Lucci.
I'm not sure.
Him, what
Me neither.
he was
I'm not
dating,
into them
he
younger
was dating
artists.
Fannie Willis.
Oh wow.
He
Oh,
was dating like he was dating, and his father, when they put his father on the stand for Fannie Willis' little trial, his father kind of told like, yeah, because he was living with her at the time, and she was like, yeah, she was dating, I think, some DJ guy. His equipment was at the house all the time,
hmm.
and this guy's the manager of a major label, major rap artist and stuff like that. He ended up getting murdered
Mm.
by, well, I'm not gonna say by, we don't know who by, but
Yeah.
allegedly Young
Allegedly.
Thug.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why Fannie Willis, allegedly, they're saying, is, but Trump never pulled that card of her even dating a character like that, a man like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because he figured that just talking about her and her partner, you know, bumping the uglies and shit. I guess he figured that that'll deflect better
But at the same
because, like I
time,
said, sex sells, so that'll deflect better. Because now everybody like, ooh, you know, what was y'all doing? Because even some of the judges, I bet you want to know what was going on in her bedroom. Because sex sells.
They got a judge fired off of that.
You know what I'm saying?
Off
but
of,
he's trying to destroy her with that information. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
make her look bad. You're not gonna make her look bad. First of all, she's an attractive woman. Second of all, so what? What's his name? Clinton had a whole thing about it.
He's a man and he's a white man. So that,
So
and
it's okay. It's
I'm not,
okay.
no,
It's
no, it's not
expected.
okay.
Is
No,
it expected?
it's not okay. He was just telling how it is in the world. You know,
It's
something
And
like that.
frowned upon.
and it did mess Fanny. It did mess Fanny up. In the United States, it did mess her up. Her it did mess her up some. You know, understand? And then it's not over with. So they still got to deliberate some more on it. They're still gonna come snot. And it's embarrassing and stupid, but I think she should have had all her ducks in order. Plus, like, to be honest with you, she's not a nice person. Like, she's tearing Fulton County Jail apart, even though, even though she doesn't have anything really to do with the money of the jail, she do control the people that controls the money. And then like there's people, like she holds people in there for no reason, and you'll be stuck in there forever. You know what I'm saying? Like she does
Out of
things like that.
spite.
Like during the trial, do you know how many people that was supposed to been released or supposed to be in the court had backed up court dates? She's going, there people are filing a lot of what's that called when you file a complaint? They're suing Fulton County all over the place for that shit.
Mm.
Oh,
Cause you know what I'm
wow.
saying? Like
Was that serious?
she's serious, man. Like,
The jail was falling apart, but hey,
man, they trying to use rap lyrics to lock Young Thug up. Like they using rap lyrics. You talking about rap lyrics, man? That shit doesn't make
sure enough, don't.
any sense, man. If you trying to use rap lyrics to knock the lock a man up, you know what I'm
That's the
saying?
case. Half the damn
Comical.
rappers you supposed to be locking up
So
for rap lyrics.
do you think he will? All right, let me say his charges: conspiracy of defraud of the United States, a conspiracy to obstruct the official proceedings, an obstruction of an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding. So those are his charges. Basically, what they mean on a proceeding is something dealing with the electoral college of being verified or certified, and he was
Mm.
trying to obstruct that.
Mm.
And I guess that electoral college is everything dealing with votes. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he was obstructing that proceeding. That's what they were saying with the phone call.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So
That's a big deal.
he had a lot more counts. I heard the judge threw out 13 counts
What were
before.
those? Do we know what those are?
I haven't researched. I don't know exactly what all those 13 counts are, but he threw out, but it's gone. Those don't even matter no more. You ain't gonna even bring them up again. They're not gonna revamp those charges. So, do you think he will get convicted in Georgia?
Well, if you don't say it all that, it's a possibility he might get off in all the states
Why is that?
because he's finding leverage on everybody. You notice everybody try to touch him, he finds some type of leverage on them and end up embarrassing them or having them embarrassed.
Example.
Like with Fonnie Willis bringing, putting us in her bedroom.
Okay.
If he didn't put us in her bedroom, we wouldn't be knowing all of this.
Yeah, he does. Trump does do that to people. He do try to joan you. He is a very comical person. He makes it fun of people.
Childless cat ladies and whatever comment that he made like that. I mean, she's living her greatest
So
life.
you as a black woman in Atlanta, how do you feel about Fannie Willis? Do you feel like she did anything wrong, or do you feel like, so how do you feel about her situation? And do you think she's going to convict Donald Trump?
After everything, I want to say that maybe there's a 75% chance that she could convict Donald Trump. She's got to do some more research herself. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
I honestly, personally, don't know more than what I've learned in tonight's conversation about Miss Fanny. But with what I know and have learned about Donald and everything that he's done, been through, and just destroyed or shed light on. I think a lot of people like to say that he's opened eyes to a lot of people and shed light on a lot of hidden things, even though he's been trying to hide his own shit. Like you don't get away with that for too long. So I feel like it's gonna be high time. She just might be the one to be like,
What you think, Larry? Do you think she's going to get him? How do you feel
So
about
I guess I I don't think she's gonna get him now because, like I said,
when he gets
he's
the
the
president.
yes, he's the. I don't think he's gonna get the presidency.
Oh,
But
you don't think so?
nah,
Okay.
but I think he's gonna beat those charges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you think he'll beat every state,
Yeah, I think he'll beat everything.
federal and state? That's
Oh
the big one.
well, I think he will beat state. I don't think he's gonna beat federal,
Federal gonna get
but
him,
I think federal gonna give him just a slap on the wrist.
possibly.
Well, enough to scare him.
Yeah.
It's voter tampering type shit he's doing though. That's a big deal. That's almost like treason.
Anyone else, exactly.
It's
Anyone
almost like
else
treason.
would immediately.
Okay.
Immediately.
All right. So I like that. I like your opinion, man. I guess let's spin it. Let's say Donald Trump becomes president.
Dun dun dun.
So we're not going to talk about the Project 2025. He's denying it, and it's just a whole lot. We're just going to stick on what he got with his indictments and things of that nature. So Donald Trump is president now. what what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to do? He still has charges looming. So all right, forget the charges. Let's stick on the felonies. What I want to know, because I'm a felon. Do you think they will bend felonies so he could travel to countries, and there's certain things in certain states he can't do?
Well,
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Let's get immunity, bro. Like once he's a
yeah, president, he's got immunity.
So
Yes.
all
hold
of
on,
his charges and everything go away.
but the presidents, all right, presidents don't get immunity. All right, like now, I want everybody to research. I've done this. I think I talked about this the last show. When the Supreme Court looked through the Bill of Rights and looked through the Constitution, there was no such word as immunity for anybody. So nobody got immunity. Nobody gets immunity. The reason why they gave him immunity or presidential immunity for presidential acts is because they drummed up the charges and sent it up to them so fast without them reading the Constitution before. So the Supreme Court is basically like, listen, you putting us in a position where we can put people in the position where they can start convicting ex-presidents for crimes of things that presidents has done. And they don't want that to start happening. They don't want all of a sudden Bill Clinton is on trial from, you understand? So
Okay.
they gave him presidential immunity till after the election. So they're basically telling the people like, y'all figure it out. We don't want to have anything to do with that flabaco because we don't want to open up the floodgates for that. You understand?
So in a sense,
So after he gets elected or he gets convicted, we don't know what they're gonna do with that presidential immunity shit.
understand it like silence is acquiesce. So it's either yes or no, guilty or not guilty, immune, not immune. This is a form. So just like there's degrees, like if we saying like he's not absolutely immune, somewhat immune.
They don't know what it is.
Well,
Up till the elections. Up till the election.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not getting charged anything.
Nothing.
Till this day.
Everything is suspended.
It's suspended, right? But that suspension means that they didn't rule against him.
No, they didn't rule against them, but they're gonna revisit it after the election.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get revisited.
But I think at the end of the day, him putting some of those justices in
Exactly.
always
Exactly.
it's going to trump, no pun intended. It's going to trump whatever we thinking is legal turn out like they're always going to have a bias.
And see, out of
Built-in bias.
out of all the research I've been doing, I've really been trying to find out something about him going to trial for having a conspiracy with them running up in the Capitol. And that's not what he was, and it's that's not what the immunity thing. The immunity thing is about election tampering.
Yeah.
So that I don't even know if that's so he's never I don't even see him any charges on that for him, to be honest with you. So that's why I didn't even brought that up. But that to me is insane. But as far as like presidential immunity is just something that they're playing with right now. And then people are talking about, well, that running in the Capitol had nothing to do, or tampering is not a presidential act, it's personal. And even some of the indictment charges talk about Donald Trump and not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not presidential, it's his personal. One of them charges was so that alone. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, the immunity could go away.
It could. It very well could, but
So it's not like a permanent, but that's even for Biden. That's for every person, every dude that was a president. All of them, if you're still alive, you got it for presidential acts. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We need to break down what presidential acts is, because whatever
I guess it's whatever act they do.
whatever act they decide to do.
in their
So,
term while
in
they're
their term by the
yeah.
president. So if they decide to press that red button, that's their presidential
Then they
act.
get presidential immunity for that shit.
Yeah. So if they continue to do that, yeah. So also, all right. So imagine a person with immunity. Like, we already think the president got that immunity, but now it's like it might be a written thing. That's different from.
That's scary.
That's like the black laws. They wasn't written, but that's like if you written the Willie Lynch shit.
That's scary.
You wrote it down and shit.
Nobody wants that.
So imagine that. Imagine a motherfucker just. That is insane.
You know what? That might happen, because this is why he's gone and gotten all these charges, because by the time he figures, oh, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna make them make presidential immunity a thing. You know what I'm saying? In writing. All of that's gonna go away. Then he's gonna do a whole slew of new shit. And none of it's gonna matter. None of it will ever matter.
Kiss
So
a couple babies.
that's kiss a couple babies.
Grab a couple of asses. Grab some vagina.
Yo,
That's what they do. You know, he the pussy grabber. He's the pussiest deem.
nobody wants
He's
that
the diddler.
trumpet.
He the pussy grabber.
But nobody wants that trumpet.
We got the diddler and the pussy grabber.
Don't.
Diddley is the diddler. Donald Trump is the. But Donald Trump still got an issue that ain't got nothing to do with no presidential immunity. He still got 34 counts of felonies convicted of. And all right, so let's take it a step further. He ain't even been sentenced. His sentencing is not done until after the elections.
Why? Why do they do this?
Because it's like this is a future movie.
They're
They're lining up for the Hollywood 2025 election movie.
So you know,
remember those parody
Who's gonna play
movies?
Kamala
that's,
Harris?
that's what I'm going to say.
Parody movies.
So he gonna be.
Yes.
The Wayans brothers play Kamala Harris. Marlon Wayans as Kamala Harris. That'll be fucking great. And Marlon Wayans as Kamala Harris and Sean Wayans as her husband.
Oh my God.
As her husband. He can play a white chick. He can play a white man. Yeah, so that
If he can play a white chick,
he can play a white man. That'll be great, man. That'll be
This is America.
That'll be great. So all right, so he's president. What do you think what's the first thing? Do you think Heads are gonna roll.
Nah,
People
he's
gonna
gonna
lose
make
their
it.
job.
He's gonna make it look like everything's totally fine. I made it.
She to
I made it here,
do
you
you,
guys.
do you
I
think
made it.
do you
Well,
think he's gonna show retribution? Do you think he's gonna be like the Roman emperor like this, or do
No.
you think he's
He's
just
gonna be
gonna
like, you're hired, you're hired, you're hired for like 2
he's
years.
gonna be firing and hiring the shit out like he don't
Long-
even care?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. He's gonna do
He ain't
some
gonna
shit
even
like
care.
that. And it's gonna be like, I'm taking a bunch of money. I'm gonna give the citizens a bunch of money. See what they do with it. If they don't do what looks right in my mind, some shit no one knows about, then he's gonna fuck shit up. Like, because he gave us money before, which was great. I'm not gonna lie. That was nice. It was cute. But no.
Yeah, but I looked at that as a deflection also
It definitely was.
because, and this is why, because also during the time when he was in office is when a lot of police was shooting
Yep.
us.
There's a lot
Like
of
a
deaths
lot, yeah,
happening.
a lot of deaths happened with police is shooting, citizens that wasn't even breaking the law.
Let me just give him a bunch of money. They'll buy some chicken wings and they'll forget about it. Like, and that's what people was doing though. People were doing that. We gonna have a cookout celebration for the wake, balloon relief.
They lining up for Popeyes around that time.
That
All them
happened
chicken
too.
All them
sandwiches.
chicken sandwiches.
So, I think we shouldn't overlook the fact that he actually was president before. Like he actually ran the country for 4 years.
Who
Is
did?
it Donald Trump?
When did you say? When was that?
And the-
What we talking about?
When he
we're
was
talking
president?
about, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying.
Actual
President.
It's not
But
his
there was
first go round, is what I'm saying.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? When another time he was president?
No, this is what he's talking about. He was president, well, even though he's running now. Remember, he was the president before.
Ran the country already.
Ready.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
why
Okay. I see.
he's got a
and
little
why
bit
he
of an
was running the
attitude
country?
now.
Yeah.
I guess he can have a little bit of an attitude and be like,
Yeah.
y'all are really making me do this. Y'all didn't see that I did it already,
He
kind of
fucked
deal.
it up
Not for a lot of people, psychologically.
psychologically with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, but like physically, he fucked it up. He almost put us on the brink of economic failure more than once and war more
I
than
was
once
gonna
with his
say, we were
attitude
close
in
to
his
a war
mouth
with
and his
him.
policy without, you know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
times are different now
He-
too.
He did. I think Donald Trump's problem was he didn't have the right people around him. And then the people that he chose, he didn't fire right off. He let them keep on doing fuck shit. And now those same people are against him. Like if you ever notice how you don't have the same vice president. People don't even the shit he
Because
said about Pence, because Pence signed that fucking thing. That's the whole reason of the Capitol raiding. Him trying to get Pence from not signing the country over to Biden.
Wow.
And that's why he ran. He was talking all this shit. I heard they had Pence. I heard they was trying to get the Pence. Pence
Yeah,
got the
he
fuck
was-
up out of there.
yeah, he was like,
He said, I got the fuck up out of your bitch ass.
We went back to Alabama.
Man, we got secret passageways. Y'all country boys running up here.
Wow.
That was insane. Y'all country boys. That's what they need to do a real movie about that. Let me direct and produce the Proud Boys.
So to the point, like he was president, we also have to remember when he was president, what was taking place. Actually, what's happening is starting to happen right now.
Yeah.
Or it never ended. Everyone is talking about Trump. You couldn't, like, there wasn't a day
Yeah,
on your
that's true.
channel,
uh-huh.
a social media feed on everybody's algorithm about Donald Trump doing
Mhm.
something, saying something.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like
Was like Apprentice 2.0, you know.
thank
Oh,
you.
The
I was about to
Apprentice.
say, like he set us up.
Yes.
He did all these
Yes.
seasons
Yep.
of The Apprentice. We see
Yo,
it
he
in
did
every
know what?
way.
And I ain't gonna lie,
He
you know
was
what?
in every home.
He did that. And you know
It was
what?
set up.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I thought Omarosa was straight to me. She had a nice little body to me.
Oh my god.
I don't know them people love her.
I'd have did something to Omarosa back then. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I was like, man, Trump. I said, Trump.
He's looking for you, girl.
I'm not looking for Omarosa, but I mean, I thought back in the day, man, Omarosa, she had a nice little thing going on with her, man. She was smart. She just was an asshole.
But she was tough. She was tough. She knew what she was up against. Let's put it like that.
Somebody there.
Yeah, on the show. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
then
fucked them dudes up on that show, man.
but
She was
look, let's look
dirty.
at
She was
Kamala.
dirty as a
Now
motherfucker.
Kamala's essentially the apprentice, you know what I'm saying? And she's
Yeah.
up there now because she was the vice president. So now she's like
She's-
stepping up. But this man set
Yeah.
us up. He was in
It-
everyone's homes at 7 p.m. or whatever time that show came on, and we saw him every day. every whatever time block he was on, and he was already getting us conditioned to see and being used to seeing and hearing his name, his voice consistently.
He was an idiot, man. That whole show was dumb as hell.
Well, I
But
never watched
And
it.
them people were
worked. It
degrading
worked for what
themselves on
needed
that
to
show.
work.
They were degrading themselves on that show, man. Him and Making of the Band.
Oh.
Oh
Making
my
of the Band,
god!
nothing was worse than that.
I didn't watch none of
Get
Have
me
you
some
watched any of the
cheesecake.
interviews?
I like the Dave Chappelle.
Have y'all watched
it.
Dylan?
I spit hot fire.
Hey, single-handedly, Dylan said Dave Chappelle destroyed his career with
I
this.
saw that.
Did you see that?
Yes.
And I believe it. Because listen, that was so. Listen, I spit hot fire. Dylan. I said, you know who's the greatest rapper of all times? Five rappers. Dylan, and Dylan. I said, listen,
Too funny.
he listen, man. I think Dave Chappelle.
A bunch of interviews though. A lot of people coming out. Freddie P.
Did you see Freddie P's
He
Vlad?
did a bunch of.
Talking about
Like back in the days and shit. I ain't seen the new ones, but I heard about. Nigga said Diddy, him and Diddy was beefing and shit. And Diddy was like, "Yo, I would buy the entire neighborhood which grew up at. Cut the lights
No
off.
way. No way.
Cut the lights off and air the shit out."
that'll be some dope ass shit. Listen. All right, this off topic. This off topic.
Okay.
This off topic. I love that. If you could, if all right, we've all had a job that we hated. You understand what I'm saying? If you could buy that job and fire everybody or some shit,
Wow.
would you? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a job right now. I know there's a company. I know I would buy the whole company,
Same.
But you know what?
and I would fire specific people.
Yeah.
No, I would just let them work for me for a while.
I'm about to say,
destroy them.
Yeah, this
See
is
how long they can last.
I'm gonna let them know. Counting down. Y'all got 1 year. Make sure you line up all your shit.
I wouldn't even do that.
Have all your ducks in a row.
Because I'm more of a psyche person. I like to mess with people psychologically because to me that hurts more than you know that quick little physical pain. So I let them keep working there because the thing is I want them to see my face every day that they work for me now. So it's up to them if they want to quit. I'm the
That's
one that
diabolical.
shit.
Give them extra shit to do too, like be.
I wouldn't even do extra shit to do. I just let them do their
Oh
job.
nah, man.
They just gonna see that I own that job.
I'll be the real George Burns on their ass. I'll be George Burns. I'll hire me a little geeky ass asshole nerd too. I'll do the whole rich guy shit. I'll let him be an ass. I'll be an asshole through him. You ain't even man enough to be an asshole in my face. I don't have to be. I'm rich. I can be an asshole behind the scenes on your ass and make everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. All right, another crazy question I want to ask y'all, man. Like what would be the craziest way if you had a bad job? What would be the wildest way you would quit that job? Like think of the wildest way to quit a job. You know what I'm saying? Like what has been the wildest way you quit a job? Like give me a quit job story. Like the wildest way, like you cut somebody out. I seen a dude have a full marching band on this job and had the marching band playing in the office while he was quitting. Boom, boom, boom. He walking down. Everybody's out there laughing and shit. He just quit. He just quit, and he's leaving the office, walking down the hallway, and there's a full high school marching band playing as he's walking down the
You know what I
hallway as he
think?
quit. That shit was the greatest thing.
I've never had.
He no. It was on the net. Online, man. I be Google all kind of shit. Craziest ways, motherfuckers. I would film that too. I hired a whole marching band.
I've never left a job in a crazy way, but I think the craziest thing I would do, I would text all the coworkers and be like, "Hey y'all, let's have a potluck. Let's have a party. Bring a lot of decorations. Set it all up. What's the party for? I'm leaving. It's my last day. Peace out." Like, and just leave them.
So you spent some money for that.
No, I didn't spend a dime. It's a potluck. I'm not bringing shit.
Oh, you gonna take everybody meal home?
Not bringing nothing.
So Larry, what?
Well, I want to say I ever quit a job crazy because I have a huge ego. So, but what I have done, but when I quit a job, it was because I was fighting for something I believe in or the people that with me. Prime example, a job I was working at, I ain't gonna say no name, but they had us working a lot of overtime. They had my guys working a lot of overtime, and then they shorted us on our checks. So I went to the regional manager, told her they shorted us. She said she was gonna take care of it. Next pay period came around, she ain't took care of it yet. Not knowing that the ties that my grandma has with the housing authority and everything, that they were about to fuck their job up because it was a contract. So I went to my grandma and told her what happened. Next thing you know, they gave us all our money, and she gonna have a meeting with all of us saying, you know, we just need to keep stuff in house when we got things going on right here. So I knew she was talking about me. I got up. I said, well, if you would have, I tried to keep it in house, but you didn't do your part. So I took it out house to make sure we got our money. So she started doing nitpicky stuff, having me going coming off getting written up for stupid shit.
Yeah.
So if I got to the point where when I got caught in office the second time, the manager had me up there when she was talking. I said, you ain't even got to say the speech. I just pulled my keys off, put it on this. I said, I know it's not you. I said, I know it ain't you, but here go the keys. I don't want to hear that shit. I left out, called my grandma, told her what just happened. Within 2 weeks, they had lost that contract.
Damn.
And they had to go to another private company. And so that means that helpful and that dude that didn't have no balls to stand up for the maintenance side, they was out of jobs because they ain't have no properties.
You got any crazy quitting stories, Javon?
Really, you know what I'm saying? I really can't say. I got a lot. I worked a lot of jobs. Um, man, I seen some. I see. I saw somebody get fired. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What happened?
Oh, I seen that too.
What
yeah,
happened?
like, I seen that shit. Like it was a manager. So first and foremost, where I came from, New York, is not at Will State. So I learned that's
Yeah, because it's at Will State here. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do anything you want to somebody here. Yeah, you can do anything.
right at Will. Like,
Yeah.
That was so crazy.
you gotta create a track record. You gotta line somebody up and
Mm-hmm.
then like have grounds of termination because then you have an unemployment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like unions is big. Things. So coming out here, when it was like, well, why the fuck that mean? Nobody can't just fire me if they want to.
They woke up bad in the attitude.
Yeah.
You know what?
I seen that shit. My manager was like a week before Christmas. Like we had a hot black morning, and she thought that like the district manager, regional manager was coming like the next week or like to do some type of like something was gonna happen later on. And then they came that morning, and she had like this. Her branch manager's office was like a glass cube, so you could look, see the man like it's
Yeah.
crazy. So I'm looking at the interaction, and it was like 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? 5 seconds. She was packing up all that shit
Damn.
in a box.
Damn.
And like, and then within the minute, she went through the back door. I haven't seen her since.
Damn. Man, I have so many stories. I've been quit or fired. I got a couple of them. I got some good quit ones. I got some fucked up. I got some really fucked up fire ones. If I told like, damn, that shit, you only thought that shit happened in the movies.
Oh.
I've had a job. I reported a safety violation. Like
Oh.
I,
What?
I was working at
So they would call him a snitch. That's why.
basically I was working at Georgia Power Dam at a Georgia Power Dam, and Georgia Power, it's not easy to get on a Georgia Power project through a contractor, and they real strenuous, and most Georgia Powers you can't park at the plant. You have to park somewhere else and you drive into the plant. So I was working at a dam. Georgia Power got dams, and I was working in the hole of a dam, taking some structures out inside the hole, and the structures is tons, thousands of pounds. So they replaced the structure. They tried to rebuild the structure on top and shoot it down in the hole. The hole is 25 feet wide by 10 foot long. The piece that they have was like 25 foot wide on the dot. So they should have took it apart.
Yeah.
But they had it on the crane. But the line of the crane that they didn't measure the line properly, and the shit ran out of line.
Mm.
What I mean by it's getting brought
Yeah,
down
I
on the
get that.
crane.
But it
Yeah.
didn't have
The
enough
training
line.
wasn't
It didn't have
long
enough
enough.
line,
to
so
take
it
it off.
almost
Wasn't
fell.
long enough.
So it started going zzz, and then the safety mechanism on the spool caught it. Boom. Now where I was at, I'm directly up under it because I'm the guy catching it. So I got me and my boys.
Catch his tongue.
I'm catching it. So
I
what
know.
we got to do is it got to come
Got-
down. We have to take the beam and I have to anchor the plates of each beam on the structure sticking out into the concrete wall, and that's going to take some time. But it stopped and it jerked on us. So when I came out the next day, the crane guy, he was apologizing to
The
me.
next day.
Yeah, the next day. No matter of fact, Monday. Matter of fact, Monday, because this was Saturday. This is Monday. The crane guy told me what happened and apologized. He thought he was going to get fired because they was firing people for all kind of crazy safety shit. So I didn't tell Georgia Power. I talked to the safety guy for the contractor that I was working with. And I explained to him what was going on. Now, I wasn't trying to get nobody fired. I was trying to say that y'all need to check that. I mean, because I know what I'm doing. Like, I could do your job and his job. I could easily superintend this whole job just as quick as that 70-some-year-old white dude. And you know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing it for like fucking 16, 17 years. So I know exactly what we got going on. But I told them, not knowing that that guy was there when it happened and he didn't report it. So if he reported it or he said something to somebody, he would have got fired too. And a lot of people would have got fired. So I came in the next day and it was like, Lee, get your bucket. Put me in the truck. So this is how fucked up this company was. They put me in the truck to go to my car
Yeah.
with the guy that snitched, that lied snitched. I said, dog, that's how much they don't even give a fuck about you. I said, they don't know how crazy I could be. I could beat your ass right here in the back of this van all the way there for a 10-minute drive. They don't, they, I said, and you're sticking up for people that's doing you like that. I said that makes no sense. So I'm saying I got a lot of crazy firing and quitting. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to have a marching band. I wanted to have a marching
Sounds
band.
like a good idea.
You might have seen the one with the marching band on the job. I wanted to have a marching band on the job.
Well, I could tell you a situation. I'm not gonna say the company name, but after the founder of the company, when he retired and his children took over, he told them not to fire his assistant. They'll keep working there. After he passed away, she went on vacation. No, she went on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
When she got back home, it was a FedEx envelope sitting at her door when she got home. It was her pink slip.
What?
They fired her. Yeah.
Ah.
She came back from vacation. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
do
tried to
have.
fire me. They tried to fire me like that.
Mhm.
All right. So some of us here has been employers or supervisors. Have you fired anybody? Tell me your funniest firing moment. Like did he nut up, not leave? Did you have to call the police? Tell me your funniest.
It's hard to.
You got that many? You also got tenants though. You got tenants that live in your property.
I told a story to somebody a couple days ago. I got a crazy eviction story.
Go for it.
Crazy.
Go for it. We about to close out. See, we got like 10 minutes, man. Hit like, subscribe, man.
Let's do it.
Great story. Let's do it. The eviction story. On Trump night, you know what I'm saying? We done jumped off of Trump. We all think we
Can I get on the camera for this? Well,
Yeah.
Get on the camera.
Yes.
Get on the camera for this, man. Get on the camera for this, man.
I'll step out for a second.
Get on the camera for this, man. Matter of fact, hey, Larry, let him get your little Larry little mic. Go on give him. Yeah, go on and get the mic because I want your voice good on this one. This might be a real. This is an advertisement right here, man.
It's just life in the day, you know what I mean? So, yeah, this is like a while back. Well, yeah, one of my original tenants when I was doing like real estate, single family real estate rentals and all of that.
Mhm.
Good brother. Like the way I used to vet people, I used to look out for folks, you know what I mean? But I still vet them, check their credit, make sure they could pay the rent and things of that nature. Because I was managing the property for my cousin. Make a long story short, his brother used to, he was military.
Mhm.
He was military, so I knew his money was guaranteed. He'd get paid once a month. But the way he was doing it, he would like he won't pay for like 2 3 months, and then I would go down to the court, and then have to like file paperwork, and then when the
pay.
marshals show up, that's when he'll pay. And then it take, you know what I mean? Like it's shit
It's a
take.
lot of extra money.
Yeah,
Damn.
bro. So the nigga did this shit for like a year, 2 years, bro. Then the shit it caught up to him. It caught up to him.
A year or two?
Yeah, bro. That shit caught up to him. So it was Friday. It was Black. It was Thanksgiving weekend. You know what I'm saying? It was Thanksgiving weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and he called me that Sunday. Like, yo, so mind you, after Thanksgiving is what, Black Friday.
Yeah.
So you know he went shopping. Mind you, he was behind on his rent.
No.
He called me that Sunday, like, yo, whoop de whoop. I'm like, yo, my man, it's too late, bro. Like, you played the wrong, you rolled the dice. Like, they're coming Monday. The eviction company, the marshals, like, you got pay, you know what I mean? Change out the locks, and I get there, and they already started moving them out. I just showed up to show up, making sure everything was good. I had to sign some paper, and I saw my man, like his wife. They just had a new baby.
Mm-hmm.
They just had a new baby, bro, and I had to. That was a tough one. That was a tough
So
one.
he just had a baby?
Yeah, but he didn't say that over. He didn't say that, but it was too late. Niggas playing. He kept on rolling that dice. He kept on playing around with his roof over his head.
That's crazy.
And I can't make this shit up. Like, no, 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 no. It happened for like a year or two.
How much extra you think he spent?
A lot, because he would have to pay all the fees every time I go down to.
That's court
That's like
fees?
150 plus. I put my ticket price in there, my gas, everything.
Yeah.
I think it was gambling. It was yo. The first person I ran into was a sister, um, single mother. She tore the place up. She fucked the place up in like 2 months. It's crazy. Fucking bike on top of the roof, some wild shit.
Bike
Like,
on the roof?
yeah, holes in walls. This shit was nasty, man. So yeah, that's why I got stories.
You know you got.
I got a lot of real estate stories. You know what
I know you.
And
He do
and
too.
firing niggas.
He do too.
That's what he's saying. I'm immune to it now.
Yeah,
Because this my day to day.
this is life, yo.
It's my life.
Real man, real stories, baby.
Hey, so what I want everybody
Yeah.
to tune in, man, we definitely gonna do an eviction episode. So what I want to do right now is I want everybody to like, comment, subscribe, and share
Yeah.
my shit. But all those who are landlords and managers, man, hit me up on my channel, man. You want to come in? I want to hear some of the stories.
Yeah, they got.
I want to hear the
Shit
wildest
get crazy.
eviction stories. Oh, nah, see, so there we go. Everybody already know what next story is. Next show is eviction stories. You understand? I'm both sides. I want people that's been evicted
Yeah.
to call, and I want people that
Yeah.
evict people, because that shit is.
That's gonna be
I've
crazy.
physically been the guy to pull people's stuff out.
Yeah.
I've been there, and I've seen husbands park Porsches in front of the fucking moving trucks to where
Crazy.
I had to fucking take the thing and go almost over the hood to where he would finally move it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people try to stop you from getting their shit. Like I've seen some of the finest women.
That's
and
what
we
I'm
moving
telling
their
you.
shit
Bro.
out,
Shit
man.
get wild, boy.
This shit get wild, man.
Get wild, man.
This shit
yeah.
get wild in ATL, man. It shit get wild in
Let's
Atlanta,
go.
man. I want everybody to stay tuned, man. Next week, eviction stories, man, all day long. Everybody consensus is Trump going to jail if he's not president? Is he going to jail? Is he stay out? Larry, what you say? He's not going to jail. He's going to get off.
He's gonna get off.
Nova, jail or he's going to get off?
I don't know. I can't call it.
You can't call it. What you think?
That man ain't going to no jail. Diddy gonna sit in the jail. Ain't no jail.
So
bro.
Diddy, so hey, Diddy, you doing
Make that
Trump's
make-
time.
yeah,
You doing
bro.
Trump's time, man. Hey,
That's fucked
everybody
up, but
peace
it's
out.
true. Free Diddy.
Like, subscribe, comment, man.
That's
At
free Diddy.
real
Free Diddy.
underscore
Leave that
man
at it.
underscore real underscore stories on YouTube, man. That's the same. Instagram, everything is the same. Real Man Real Stories, Instagram, Real Man Real Stories, TikTok, Real Man Real Stories, everything, man. So
All
check
day.
us out, man.
All
Like
day.
and subscribe all day, man. Peace out. Out.
Peace.